Hey guys, DeanPo here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be giving you some essential tips and tricks that you need to do when you first start Enshrouded. So, first things first is, once you spawn here, you go straight to Long Keep and you loot the Long Keep. What essentially you need to do there is get yourself some supplies so you can craft your first workbench, right? And for this, you need string and wood logs. Wood logs can be found on the ground, or you can physically attack the wood until it drops enough, and then you go and you craft yourself a workbench, right? So that's number one. Once you get enough materials to craft your first workbench, the first order of business should be to craft a construction hammer. For this one, you only need stone. Stone, once again, can be found on the floor, or you can punch away at the stone until it drops enough, right? Once that's been created, however, your next order of business should be working towards an axe and a pickaxe, right? These are essential because this will help you humongously when you are farming resources, right? And resources can be farmed the following way. So you can use an axe to cut down the tree. You have a stamina bar there, and there it will drop either twigs or it will drop the wood, right? So as you can see here, it dropped the wood. Same thing with the hammer. You can collect the stone from the ground, or this pickaxe could be used for stone farming or also for digging, right? So you can also use this pickaxe to dig like this. Okay, so if you like someone to create tunnels or whatever the case may be, you can use that pickaxe for there, right? So that covers up the gathering essentials of the game. Alright guys, step number 2. I think the most important resource early on is this is harvesting bushes, right? So purple berries will give you health. Not many items early on will regenerate your health. And adversely, oops, let me just deal with this. Adversely, this one here will give you plant fiber. Plant fiber is one of the most important resources early on, because you will need plant fiber in order to create string. And string is essential, as you can see here, for crafting axes, pickaxe, torch, whatever the case may be, right? So it is imperative that you find all these bushes and then you collect everything, because then that will help you out for crafting. You can craft anything from anywhere, right? That does not require a workbench. You can do it on the go. So if you want to craft some arrows, you can do so on and so on, right? You don't have to be in the base to do this. Next step, say you want to build your first house here, as I've done, and you have some stone. The way this works is a little bit different, right? So what you need to do here is you need to go to your construction hammer and then hit the tab, and tab will then allow you to build all these different stuff. Whether you want to build them from wood or from stone, it is entirely up to you, right? However, as you can see here, this is red, which means I don't have enough resources. Now, the way you get resources is once you harvest your wood and your stone, you'll need to go to your workbench here, and then you need to create what we call blocks. So it can be stone block, wood block, or fiber. So for the roofs, they use different blocks here, and you need fiber there. So to get the tarred shingle roof block, you need tar and wood logs. I don't have tar at the moment, so I'll be just doing just the fiber ones, right? So once you've once you've created the blocks, what you then do is you hit tab here, and then you go back to the roof, and then you can scroll with the I'm not sure what the controls are on the controller, but on the keyboard you can use the number pad, right? And then you can just do that. Also, you can do flat roof as well if you wanted to. Now, one thing to note here is, guys, right? If you cannot reach something, you can go back to your workbench here, and then you can build yourself a scaffold. Once again, you need string for a scaffold. So what we're going to do here is we're going to press V. V is to craft, and we're going to get some string, and we're going to build our first scaffold there. And the way scaffolding works, you can just press number 2, and you'll just press it there, right? Very, very handy, very user friendly. So back here, we want to go to crafting. So number 8, back to crafting. Okay. Now, if for some reason you're not happy with the placement, you can just right click and then it disappears. If you press Alt, it'll bring up all the menu up and down. So same thing, same case is with the so say with the stone. All you gotta do here is just change to that, and then it will have different types. So for here, I would like to add a corner, and we can just place it there, right? You can use the R button on the keyboard to rotate the corners. Very, very simple, very straightforward there. And now we can just go there and complete our walls. There, there, and there. And we can do the same thing on this side here as well. So we go there. We'll rotate it slowly. And then we're going to switch to number 2. Perfect. Now you realize it is nightfall at the moment, and what you want to do is essentially craft a bed. Let's see if we have enough resources to craft a bed here. What are we missing? We're missing some fiber. Well, worry not. What we can do here is get ourselves a torch. And we are going to go back here. So your base is located next to Longkeep, and Longkeep has a bed there. Now, the way the time works in this, you cannot choose how long you want to sleep for. But once you find a bed, like I'll show you here. Should be a bed right here. So once you find a bed, you rest, and you see the speed goes times 60. And if you look at the sky, it should change. There you go. Moon's going down. And it is now morning. Cool. So we can get out of bed. And surprise, surprise, it is now morning.
One more thing to note here, and this is very important, right? The durability will wear off on your pickaxe or your axe or even your weapon, right? In order to have these restored, all you gotta do is essentially run back to your bench and just click on it, right? So what you're gonna see here is you won't have to apply anything. All you gotta do is just open up the bench and automatically fix up all your weapons. As you can see, they're now full durability.
Last but not least, let's discuss dying and combat. So once you die, you resurrect. It is not very punishing, right? So you'll see here, I've lost some items up there. And what you can then do is essentially open the map and you see where you died there. And then once you go back to the place where you died, you can just go and retrieve everything that you lost. So we're going to take all here. We're going to try not to fall to our death again, right? So how does the shroud and combat work now? One thing I would recommend is keep an eye out on timer. So you can see there the timer at top. It's 5 minutes that I have before I start taking damage from the shroud. Or maybe even just outright kill me. And in terms of combat, guys, one very important thing to note here is make sure you allocate yourself a very handy key for dodging, right? So I've changed the original dodge key here. As you can see here, combat is very, very unforgiving, right? Make sure your dodge button is very handy because it is default as left control, and you need to be able to dodge ASAP, otherwise these guys will melt you very, very early on. And you need to be able to dodge, right? Alright guys, another thing I would recommend is go where your controls are, right? And allocate yourself a dodge button. Something that's very, very handy. So for me, it's mouse 4, right? Usually by default is left control. It is up to you whatever you're more comfortable with, but for me evade as mouse 4 is much easier to navigate. And you'll see here combat can be absolutely brutal here. Especially when you're fighting multiple opponents. You can use tab to target, or you can do it freely. I have E and Q to switch between targets, so you can also choose. Okay, as you can see, they're very, very punishing combat. Oof. No. And also, another tip, keep an eye on your stamina bar. Stamina means life. once you run out of stamina, you are very open to their attacks. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.